Namaste, funky pigeons, and welcome to our Tuesday flow. So I'm coming at you twice this week with these little bite-sized stretches for some strength and a bit of peace. And today we are going to be doing a kind of slinky Ashtanga for positivity. So it will be kind of based around the positions that you know, those simplified or original poses, and the way that the sequence builds. We'll follow that simply and in a way that feels maybe a bit more watery, a bit more fluid, and a little less boxy and rigid. I'm also going to be inviting in that positive element with just a kind of few suggestions of breathing, maybe a little bit of silliness, expression, and maybe some visualization and a mantra or two. But ultimately it'll be fuss free and a little bit playful. So whenever you're ready, we're going to come up and take standing pose. You might find your way to the front of the mat with your device in front of you. And as always, just if in doubt, make the movement smaller or take rest. So with your arms just at your sides, just give your hands a little shake. Maybe even turn that into a little shimmy of the shoulders. You might bend the knees here. And I want you to just feel for a moment like we have one of our favourite songs playing and we're just getting down, loosening up. And then when you're ready, just draw all the way through the spine, bring the hands to stillness. And we're just going to peel the heel of your left foot and then stretch the middle and then the toes. So as if you're peeling each foot like a sticker off the ground. I just want you to make that movement a little more aware of the spaces in the feet, the tension you might be holding or carrying. Just releasing a little bit of that with each little roll. Good. And we're just going to take your right foot, point the toes, and just take a little stretch on the backs of the toes, the top of the foot. You might even hear your toes click. And then change over. And then just coming into the feet with one or two more little rolls. And then really allowing your feet to spread. So I want you to find for a couple of breaths with your eyes closed that you could just be in the feet. And sometimes just connecting to these different forgotten corners of the body is what brings us into our connection, our ease. Let's start to bring the prayer position together. And I want you to bring your thumb knuckles on top of your head and just give yourself just a little circle at the top of the head. So there's a little bit of pressure massaging the crown as you stand tall. And then I'll let you to bring that forwards to the third eye, same movement, nice low shoulders. And here we're just going to imagine the thumb knuckles as they circle as kind of a squeegee. Just drawing a little bit of that cloudiness away. And as you breathe in and out, just notice any little changes in sensational breathing. So we brought our focus into the top of the body. Now we're going to come palms to chest and think about the belly breath. The way that the backs of the ribs slightly expand with each in-breath. And the shoulders releasing down with each out-breath. So for a couple of breaths more, just nice and easy going, breathing, eyes closed. I want you to feel totally in your own inner zone. Just noticing where your energy is sitting, maybe even what mood you're bringing with you to the mat. And then I'd like you to imagine how this heart space can just open to the possibility of sort of leaving the past in the past, stepping into the present body, of feeling connected to this present moment. And we're going to signify that by just ever so gently spreading the fingers apart, leaving just the thumbs together. Maybe you wriggle the fingers for a moment and then just spread the fingers open. So we're just ever so slightly opening to that possibility of a change, a positive change. Exhaling, bring the hands together. And just as we did with the feet, we're going to peel off the palms and then the fingers. And then bring your arms to your sides. Exhaling, prayer position right through the center of the body. And again, we're going to go palms, fingers, and then up and open. Just do that one more time. And then this time we're bringing your prayer position all the way through the center of the chest, bending the knees generously, folding all the way over the thighs, Uttanasana. Give yourself 2 or 3 breaths here. Notice how the legs are feeling. If we can pick up a bit of energy by lifting the sit bones. Don't worry if the knees want to stay bent. Keep that lower back long and just free up the head for a nice heavy dangle into gravity. Breathing in, hands to shin. Flat back, breathing out to refold. Taking your right foot off the ground, step it back. We're going to find our way gently down to the right knee. Move your hips back if you need to. We're going to rise the chest and arms. Crescent moon, just 2 breaths. Exhaling, frame the front foot, come back to both shins. Sit your tailbone right in the center of those 2 thighs and reach back to your heels. Fingertips stretching forwards, taking a big breath for your shoulders. Inhaling, coming through tabletop, we're going to start to take your right foot forwards. And again, you might bring your hips slightly back, stacking over the back thigh as you lift the chest and arms. Moving forwards a little to deepen that stretch if you want to. 2 big breaths in, your crescent moon. Releasing the hands down, let's start to pick up the back knee. And complete that moon salutation, hopping that left foot forwards, feet are under the hips to fold. This first time coming up, let's bend the knees generously, heavy arms and head, and we're going to roll it up so you'll feel each vertebrae lifting, stacking, growing as tall out of your feet. All the way to the crown of your head as you breathe in standing. Salutation A, bringing up the arms. Invite in that space to your chest and heart. Palms together, lengthening forwards as you bend the knees. Uttanasana to fold. Preparing with your in-breath, hands to the shins. Really trying to press your crown forwards. Exhaling to refold, connect to the ground, jump or step back to plank position. Shoulders over wrists, we can take this one either with the knees landed or lifted. We're going to take the elbow tips either side of you, work the triceps and find your way down to the belly. And then again, we're like a sticker, peeling off the mat, hands are into the shoulders to lift the chest, then the hips, and then back over tucked toes. Breathe in, find that round Halloween cap, come all the way back to your belly. Breathe in, find your cobra lift. Breathe out as you take your hips back to the heels. We're going to do that 1 or 2 more times. I like you to feel kind of like this really expressive little snake just wriggling around. A friendly snake. Let your breath lead your movement. And 1 more time. Coming back over the heels. Inhaling. Let's make our way over the wrists with the shoulders, tabletop. Lift the knees and find that down dog. So let's just kind of wriggle around really nice and freely side to side this time. Each heel pedals and each hip just finds a bit of space, a bit of the corners of the glutes. And as we take 1 or 2 more, I'm going to encourage you to pick up a breath through the nose, empty through the mouth. And I'd like you to take this next one loud as you dare. Big breath in. Good. If I wasn't alone there, we're going to steady the arms. Gently look ahead through the hands and jump or step the feet forwards. Exhaling to fold as equally as you can over the hips. This time bending the knees gently and just opening up the arms and really feel like you're inviting in light, inviting in space. And again, that positive shift, palms towards the chest. Feel like you're opening the heart with that lotus mudra, fingertips apart. Nice full breath in and out. Palms together. This time, bringing the arms up, open, and again, palms together and forwards, all the way to your Uttanasana. Hands slide to shins, pressing the crown forwards, nice long spine, stretching, stretching. Exhaling, rolling back down to fold. Jumping or stepping back to your plank position, shoulders arrive over the wrist, really strong through your shoulders and feel like that core is igniting, warming up as you keep your breath moving. You can land the knees first maybe, or take the elbow tips inland down, all the way to the ground. Cobra lift, again with that kind of funky snake. Bring your breath in, hips lift over tucked toes. When you're ready, come and find that down dog with strength through the arms, space in the shoulders, and a feeling of rising through the back and thigh bones. Breathing in, we're going to start to take your right foot off the ground into the air, not for long, just feel it as a stretch. And then a little bit of softness in your floating leg so we can just shake it out. I want you to feel like any little negativity or held tension just gets shaken out of that right leg. Inhale, we're going to start to step that right foot gently between your hands, using your core. Let your face take a breather, breathing out. We're going to engage this right thigh, bring your arms up and do our coffee plunger. So we're going to bring the arms into the air and then bring the hands down and over the shoulders, feeling that decompression of the shoulder blades as you breathe out. So as you repeat, I want you to feel like you're inviting in what you need, getting on top of the breath and just allowing release, palms pressed towards the ground. So we're inviting in what we need. Opening up to that possibility and then releasing down. We're going to bring that in. And this time, I'd like you to feed that forwards because we also need to give some of that positivity. Find your way back to both feet. Chaturanga. Shoulders over wrists. Your way to belly, chest, up into cobra or up dog. Exhaling, nice long spine on tucked toes. Breathing in, find your way to down dog as you breathe out. Nice Steady hips, spacious shoulders. Feel that warmth at the core to support us taking the left foot off the ground into the air. We're going to shake out a little bit this loosened, lifted leg. And imagine any junk or anything that we're keeping or holding tension-wise gets shaken loose. When you're ready, bend that knee gently. We're using our core to step the left foot between the hands and giving your face a reminder to soften. So we're coming up on these even hips to reach the arms into the air, high lunge instead of warrior A. Exhaling, getting on top of the breath with the palms to come down. And now let's take that almost like a mantra. Breathe in what you want to invite in. Exhale, just press away what we can release, leaving more space. Breathe in, invite in some space, positivity. Exhale, down. Inhale as we come up this time. We're gonna give that back, give that positivity out. Exhaling, framing the front foot. Finding your way back to plank. Shoulders over wrists for your vinyasa. Last one. Inhaling, heart open, chin to chest, and back to your down dog. Breathing in. I encourage you to breathe out through the mouth, and then if your neighbours don't mind, we'll let out a nice big sound. Breathing in. Have a little wriggle free. This time we're just going to start to take your hands, walk them back towards your feet. Exhaling to take a slightly deeper fold over yourself here. You can let the hands dangle or catch the elbows. So I want you to feel that nice shift. Maybe close the eyes and imagine the head draining out, again, of any sort of junky spaces. Just getting rid of a feeling of any held or fizzy negativity. Just release. As we exhale, we're going to take a little bend in both knees. Again, take the arms wide and invite in that breath, that possibility, that space. Palms together, gently towards the chest. Peeling the fingers apart and just taking a steady breath or two and standing in your lotus mudra. Exhaling, bring the hands back together. You're going to start to step your right foot forward so the feet are both out towards the left side, or whichever side suits you. You're going to stretch the arms out, really reach. I feel like by reaching, we are broadening out the space for breath and that heart space. Let's turn the right set of toes towards the front of the mat. Set your feet up. You might need to adjust how far apart they are as you bend into your right knee. Let it arrive on top of the ankle or behind it. Breathing in. Let's feel as steady as we can in the feet, almost like you're drawing that stability and strength that you need up from the ground into your legs, into the root. We're breathing in to lift the ribs, coming down, right elbow on the right thigh, stretching the left arm up, freeing up that whole left side. So imagine you can actually see the flow of your breath increasing, flow more freely through your left side of your body. Inhaling, coming up level. Exhaling, let's start to windmill the hands. Left hand comes inside the right foot as you turn your left foot parallel. Inhaling, finding a twist here, Paravrita. So we're going to take 3 or 4 big circles with this right arm. And let your breath really be your WD-40. So we're kind of like the Tin Man and we're greasing that shoulder up. When you're ready, just bring yourself through center, back into Prasarita pose. And as you exhale and fold, drop the head heavy. You might slightly bend the knees if you wish. We're going to take the hands to interlace above you. So you're bringing your chest opener into that Prasarita pose. You can leave the elbows baggy if that's a bit tight, or hands to the elbows. And then you can really straighten the legs if there's room for that in your body today. And whether the elbows are baggy or more outstretched, we're going to put a little bend back in both knees and feed your chest forwards and your hands behind you. So you're lifting to stand with your hands connected. Release the hands to your sides. Take your hands to the heart. Notice your heartbeat. Feel how soft that can be. Maybe a circle there. And then again, let's try and stretch out, take up some room. So you might be facing away from me as we come to this next pose, next two poses, but don't worry, trust yourselves. We're going to turn your left set of toes to face the back of your mat, coming into Warrior Two. And facing away from the device, sometimes I feel that you can get in your body more and just sort of feel like you're stepping into your space. So maybe again, just feel like you're occupying your inner feeling here. How does it feel to be in this left hip, in these feet, reaching the chest open? Give yourself another deep breath, again feeling like you're drawing what you need up from the ground, steadiness. And then we're going to inhale, lift the left elbow, find your way down onto your left thigh and stretch out your right side so you're leaning away from your device. Let's imagine how the flow is opened here on this right side. So we're almost imagining those cobwebs that we're blowing away with your out breath. When you're ready, we're going to let your right hand come and find the inside of your left foot, turning your right foot parallel. You're going to come to simple twist, lifting your left arm. Good. And again, being in your space, we're going to take 3 or 4 big circles of your left arm. So your shoulder blade is getting this nice rotation. Your breath is the grease, and we're going from robot to a little bit more fluid. Whenever you're ready, frame your left foot and just walk your hands all the way around to your side, all the way to the front of your mat. I'm going to step both feet back and find Shalabhasana. You can land knees, belly, and then the chest. Hands frame your hips, and we're just going to lift arms, legs, and chest. Eyes are turned slightly down so that your neck feels long. We're slightly squeezing your arms like wings either side of you. Same with the feet. Last big breath. Hands under your shoulders, still in Shalabhasana. I'd like to see if you feel comfortable with this. Otherwise, you can just relax to the ground. We're going to lift the chest. Let your thighs, then your legs land. So you've got a little cobra lift. And then we're just going to let your body rock forwards and back up. So you might even take your hips slightly off the ground. We'll go a little rock, breathing out and back up. So we're just this funny little rocking bug For 1 or 2 more. This time lift the hips. Let's come back to child's pose. And wriggle around. Feel out those sit bones, the back. Stretch your fingers forwards. Feel like you're breathing with your back. And you're allowing yourself this really nurturing position. So a really childlike feeling, let it take over. Good, inhaling, starting to make your way up to your shins. And we're just going to find our way onto tucked toes. Okay. So from here, I want you to feel like we're going to grow. So we're a nice sweaty, in my case, vine. We're growing out of the roots of your feet, lifting that tailbone, dropping the head. And then we're going to keep growing, bending the knees, rolling all the way up. And as you roll up, we're also going to grow the arms up and overhead. Taking your left knee up towards your chest. Find a little balance here. Feel like you're growing tall. And then as you exhale, we'll start to take the hands and wrap around that left shin. Give it a squeeze higher. Releasing your right arm, we're just going to take your left knee on a slight journey to the left, a little frog's leg, a variation on our Padangusthasana. And then back into center. I want you to feel like the foot that is balancing you is charging up with balancing energy. And as we plant the left foot down, I want you to feel the emphasis change. So we engage the left foot, it becomes charged. We empty out the right and we feel any little tingles. So keep it really soft in that right foot as we grow the arms into the end. Exhaling when you're ready, just sweep the arms down to catch your right shin. Give it a little bit of a squeeze more. We're going to release the left hand open to your side and just take your right shin on a little journey towards the right. So you're a little frog's leg open to the side. Exhaling. So kind of sticking with this robot metaphor. We're really charging, we're feeling that kind of current running through the left foot to balance us. And as we exhale, let you to feel the emphasis level, both feet. Let yourself do nothing for a couple of breaths, hands to your sides. Palms together, this time pointing down, so as if you're just diving. We're going to bring your chin to chest and reverse your roller. So each vertebrae gently rolls, we bend the knees. And we're going to find our way forwards on the hands until those knees can land. Little cat-cow here, nice and mellow. Letting your belly arch and then rounding the spine. And as you close the eyes and take a couple more, I want you to think about the heart as the emphasis point here. Shining it forwards like a Care Bear as you breathe in. And really excavating the space behind the heart as you breathe out. Exhaling, coming to a neutral spine. Feet underneath you or around to the side. Let's get into a little butterfly. You might take a little butterfly-like movement. And then settle in, maybe deepen. Hands to the ankles or shins, rising up. If there's space for it today, we're moving forwards and we're going to use your thumbs along the inner lines of both feet in that tender bit below the ball of the foot. Just going to give that a little massage as you breathe and let the head drop. Let's give it one last deep breath. And then inhale, start to rise your chest, bring your knees up, set your feet a little apart, exhale, we're coming down, rounding the spine, hands float by the side of your pelvis. Let's find a gentle bridge, rising the pelvis, almost kind of like a yawn rather than a held pose. Exhaling, feel that float of your pelvis back down to the ground. We're going to pick up our knees. Give yourself a little squeeze, maybe a rock side to side. And then stretch your arms over your head. Stretch your legs out really long so you're kind of yawning through your whole body. Breathing in and breathing out to flop your arms either side of your hips. And I'd like you to just feel the points where that emphasis, that energy just echoes. The feet from balancing, palms from strength, the crown of the head from your right. And then let's focus on a spacious, bright and warm heart space for these last few breaths. Yeah. So as we gently find our awareness coming back to us, let's imagine that the heart space grows brighter, a warmer orange with each inhale. Kind of like blowing on embers. Breathing in, warmer, brighter. Breathing out. Starting to wriggle and click the fingers and toes. Let's draw the knees gently up towards our chest. I want you to feel like you're really giving your knees a squeeze and saying thank you to your body for taking us through these movements. Tumbling over to your left whenever you're ready, and slowly let's come up. Good. So as we come to sitting, I'd like you to just take your hands on top of your head, kind of like just a little smoothing or release. We're just going to slide the hands over the back of the head, down the shoulders, and then over the thighs. I want you to feel like you're taking the last little bits of held tension or darkness or whatever you want to get rid of, and just flicking that away. 1 or 2 more times. And then let's take the hands over the chest and feel like we're kind of pouring the heart on the chest, on the hands. And when you're ready, coming up. Thanks so much for joining me today, and for following all of my mistaken words and funny little suggestions. I hope that you're doing okay wherever you are at, whatever time of day it is. Happy Tuesday. Thanks guys. Ciao for now.